Episode 5 of A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms feels like the true emotional and action peak of the season, just like the classic penultimate episodes of Game of Thrones. It dives deeply into the past of Ser Duncan the Tall, revealing his harsh upbringing in Flea Bottom, the loneliness that shaped him, and the emotional wounds that define his character. At the same time, it delivers the intense trial of seven and shows the aftermath of the first Blackfire Rebellion. The repeated phrase, "get up," becomes the emotional heartbeat of the episode, symbolizing Dunc's resilience and the people who shaped him. By the end, we understand that when Dunc faces his enemy, he is really confronting every injustice he has ever suffered. The episode explores Dunc's early life through his friendship with Rafe. After the rebellion, they survive by scavenging from the dead in Flea Bottom, hoping to earn enough money to escape poverty. Even then, their moral differences are clear. Dunc wants to end the suffering of wounded soldiers out of mercy, while Rafe wants to keep them alive for ransom. This contrast shows Dunc's instinctive compassion, even when forced into brutal circumstances. His memories also reveal his longing for a mother who never returned for him, a deep emotional wound that shapes his fear of dying alone and forgotten. Rafe is the only true family Dunc ever has. When she is killed senselessly, it becomes the emotional breaking point that explains the rage he carries later in life. The episode emphasizes how violence and cruelty never disappear in Flea Bottom. Every action eventually returns. When Dunc later fights a cruel noble, he is not just defending someone in the present, he is confronting every past injustice, every humiliation, and every loss. His anger is the result of a lifetime of being powerless. The person who changes Dunc's life forever is Sir Arlen of Pennytree. Arlen saves Dunc without expecting anything in return, showing him what true knighthood means: courage, compassion, and selflessness. After Rafe's death, Dunc realizes he cannot stay in Flea Bottom waiting for a life that will never come. Inspired by Arlen, he chooses to pursue something greater. Arlen's words, "get up," become the defining lesson that Dunc carries throughout his life. The phrase, "get up," is more than encouragement. It represents survival, resilience, and identity. Arlen once used it to save Dunc's life. Later, Dunc hears the same words during the Trial of Seven, especially from Aegon V Targaryen, Egg, showing how Dunc has become a source of inspiration for someone else, just as Arlen was for him. The episode shows a powerful cycle. Dunc was lifted up by someone's kindness, and now he lifts others. The Trial of Seven is intense and chaotic. Dunc is not a skilled knight, but he has overwhelming strength and determination. His opponent, Aerion Targaryen, hides behind others and fights dishonorably, revealing cowardice beneath his arrogance. As Dunc fights, he draws strength from his memories, Rafe's suffering, Arlen's teachings, and his own lifelong struggle. When he collapses and rises again to the sound of voices urging him to stand, the crowd begins to see him as a true knight, not because of skill, but because of heart. When Dunc finally forces his opponent to yield, the victory is not just physical. It is emotional justice for his lost friend, for his painful childhood, and for every moment he was told he was nothing. He proves that knighthood is not defined by birth or training, but character. For Dunc, this moment fulfills the dream he first formed when he saw what a real knight looked like. But the real shock comes after the battle. Baelor appears to honor Dunc, only to collapse from a fatal injury sustained during the chaos. His death is devastating. Dunc, who once considered killing a suffering soldier out of mercy, now desperately wants someone to live. He repeats the words, "get up," but this time they cannot save anyone. The moment mirrors the beginning of his life, but now he understands loss from the other side. Baelor's death weighs heavily on Dunc. He feels responsible even if the tragedy was accidental. The loss also carries political consequences, changing the line of succession and leaving uncertainty about the future. More importantly, it reminds Dunc that being a knight means carrying the burden of survival and of witnessing death. This episode stands out because everything connects: Dunk's past, his motivations, his values, and his future. The emotional storytelling, the brutal realism of the battle, and the powerful performances make the experience deeply immersive. By showing Dunk's origins and struggles, the episode strengthens the audience's connection to him more than ever before. With only one episode left, this chapter feels like the emotional centerpiece of the season. It explains who Dunc truly is, not just a warrior, but a man shaped by loss, kindness, and resilience. If the series continues at this level of storytelling, it promises an unforgettable journey ahead.